all, I wanted to offer my congratulations to you as our Railroad of the Year. It's well deserved.
Well,
So,
thank you, Bill. It's quite an honor. I'm getting this award, but it's really the people of CSX that have earned this award because they're the ones that actually make it happen, not me. I mean, I can provide some direction, I can provide some focus and consistency and pick the right people, but it's the people day in, day out that are driving it that really make it happen, not me.
I think Bain, the chief reason why we picked you as Railroad of the Year is because of the tremendous job that you've done turning CSX around in the past three or 4 years. And why don't you describe to me a bit the process of doing that? You know, CSX has often been referred to as a hodgepodge of a lot of different railroads that came together. Maybe you looked at it as a tapestry rather than a hodgepodge, and so to coin a phrase. But you know, CSX is a pretty big ship, and big ships are tough to turn.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Bill, we have a great franchise as far as our geographic reach, and so I don't view it as a hodgepodge. I view it as a great reach where we reach a lot of consumer markets. But I think the real key is we have really great people on this railroad, and they want to do the right thing. So it's really more a matter of letting them know where we wanted to take the company. So it was getting the right people on the train,
Okay.
and it was also a matter of putting a clear vision. And one of the things we did is we lined out some real core values that we had to believe in as a company.
Okay.
And they're very basic to our business, and I think are very appropriate for our company. But they were, first, that people make a difference. Secondly, it starts with the customer. Safety is a way of life. Be fact-based and get the right results the right way. And if you think about it, everybody in our company, if they're in the headquarters, if they're in the field, can relate to those. So what we really have done is that we embrace the core values, we embrace our vision, which is to be the safest, most progressive North American railroad, relentless in the pursuit of employee and customer excellence. They know that's where we're driving. We're using our core values to get there. We have to challenge everything else. How do we get better? How do we improve process?
Would you agree with this statement that in tough times like this, rail really proves its value, its sustainability?
I would actually expand it. I think
Okay.
rail proves its value every time and in every kind of circumstance. I think we're seeing more and more as the highways get more congested, fuel prices are high, driver shortages in the trucking industry. I think the value we bring as a railroad, I think, is being more and more recognized by our customers, by policymakers. Now, it may be accentuated a little bit when the economy slows down because people are looking to save a little bit of money. And I think it's a wonderful opportunity for us if we deliver high levels of service for them in this sort of period. When the economy ticks up again, they're going to want to use even more of our services. But I would broaden it to say I think we create a great value, provide a great value for customers in good times and in bad times. You look at forecasts for the future show that freight demand is going to increase 80 to 100% over the next 20 to 30 years, and I think there's a growing awareness we need to prepare our country for that. And I think what's really encouraging to me is there's a much larger awareness of the role that freight rail can play in relieving highway congestion, in lessening the energy independence or helping the energy independence by our fuel efficiency, 3 to 4 times more fuel efficient than trucks, and also the environmental benefits of rail with less emissions, the most environmentally sensitive form of ground transportation.
I've even talked to some folks in the industry who have said that some manufacturing now will shift from the Pacific Rim back to North America, but it won't necessarily be in the United States. It may be in Mexico, for example, so that we're the lowest cost provider of, in terms of manufacturing costs. So that's going to create some shifts in traffic patterns, and you know, maybe you might want to address that a little bit.
Well, as you know, traffic patterns are always changing, Bill, because people are always trying to find better ways to do things to deliver value to their customers. And you know, one of the things we're seeing is obviously the predominant import is Long Beach, LA, but we're starting to see the East Coast ports grow at a faster pace from a smaller base, of course. And I think when the Panama Canal is completed in 2015, you're going to see even more vessels going through there, looking at East Coast ports like Jacksonville and Norfolk and Savannah and Wilmington and Baltimore. So we're going to see more and more of those flows coming into the East Coast, and there'll be continued growth on the West Coast as well, moving into the heartland. And as you allude to, if some of the manufacturing improves in the Midwest, you'll see the reverse moves out with those containers moving overseas. So we have to remain dynamic and flexible because the world economy and the traffic patterns are constantly going to be in flux.